Hello and welcome back to Tomb Raider 2 with me, Matthew Gaddis, aka Puggy. So today we have approached the Opera House, which was a lot better in the remastered version. And be wary of this crate. It will knock you off if you're not careful, or, well, not knock you off, but do a lot of damage to Lara's health. So firstly, instead of going around to the right, I want to be careful here. Because, if I try to go around up towards the Opera House in the distance, what will happen is that, Lara herself will probably end up dead. And there's a guy down there with a gun, so I kind of want to get rid of him first. So back into the water we go, and then dealing with him. And I don't have much in terms of health, so that's not great. That's not great at all. We'll also note there is a break in the wall there, so to speak, but nothing much there, so yeah, I'm gonna get my guns out, probably to target that one guy down there. Not that it helps, but yeah. Here is where the all weapons sheet probably does work better, but I'm not going to do that now. Instead, I'm going to shimmy along here. Now, be careful, that one guy is there on the other side. From where I'm standing, he's on the left there. Yes, you can shoot him as you go down, but yeah, the amount of times I have to restart here is insane because of that one guy down there. He will not take any prisoners. Yeah, and the sooner you grab that ledge, the sooner he starts shooting, seriously. There's no way to snipe at him either. Seriously. You can see him wandering around down there. Lara's auto-aim does not seem to work here. It should, but it doesn't. So yeah, it seems to be working now, so yeah, which is good because yeah. The downside to this is that you may not be able to hear his footsteps because of the sound of the water in this game. Granted, I did manage to see him off, so that's at least something, I guess. So let's see what he's got then. Some ammo. I think that's M16 ammo. Something we will not get until the 2 rig levels, which come immediately after this level, although the Opera House level is kind of a long level. Well, the attention to detail in the HD version is a lot better, seriously. You wouldn't think this was Venice at night time, but yep, it is. And I do like that. So that being said, let's go for a swim through here, up to the other end. You will see here is another ladder, and indeed, there's a reason why I want to go up this ladder, and that is to reach a switch. And although it's kind of awkward where the switch is placed if you're playing this game for the first time, but never mind that. I'm going to move Lara up here, and maybe around, I don't know really, but yeah. Seriously, these levels are insane, man. Absolutely insane. I haven't even got to the bit where I've got the button yet, seriously, and fall down. Yeah, that's a thing. And I had to restart again because of that shit, seriously. Let's go up the ladder again, and this time get off at the right end of this ladder. Seriously, and okay, I think I messed up here. I'm not sure, but I think I did. Because there's no switch over here, but never mind. I'm still gonna go on. Well, this is the only way back up anyway. Basically where we want to go next is down into, back past that annoying swinging crate. Yes, there's a lot of backtracking in the Opera House level alone, just to get through it, but we do have to do it. And there's the fact there's also the secrets. One of which is in the immediate area, but it's kind of hard to get. But what I was going to say before or I kept being interrupted by Mr. Trigger Happy down there, is the fact that to actually reach the things there, what we have to do is find a key, which is somewhat located a bit further on. So I'm going to use my flares here. There is nothing underneath the swinging crate there. But yeah, I'm going to go to the left of it because it's just so annoying. And making this jump is rather annoying as well, as you can see, because I just stepped off the platform. Which is something I do not want to do, but I'm extremely mindful of that swinging crate there, seriously. So you'll have to pivot Lara in midair and then drop down here. Unfortunately, I have not pulled the switch here, so not great. So I'm gonna have to start again. Either that or go from my other save, which I did do. So yeah. No, don't hit your head. Hitting your head is giving yourself a concussion, and you know I don't like that. So climb up a bit. That's it. On the right there is the switch that will open the trap door there and give us access to where the key is. There's another guy with the club. You may hear him wandering about like a madman. Well, he probably is a madman. He's a hired goon for Marco Bartoli. So yes, it is highly possible he is a madman in this case, because you will see, even though this game does not have that much in the way of dialogue, being released in 1997, hell, I dare say some of the cutscenes in Tomb Raider 1 have more dialogue, and even then the writing is well, what you'd expect from a 90s video game, I'll say that. When there wasn't that much in the way of professional voice acting, as I say. I mean, you go from Lara in this game being voiced by I don't know about anything about Judy Gibbons' career, compared to that of, say, much more famous actresses who have played Lara, such as Keely Hawes, who was in Ashes to Ashes, among other things, and Minnie Driver, who's been in a lot of films, and dare I even say it, even Agent Carter herself, Hayley Atwell, who's played her in the Netflix series. Granted, a lot of people do not like the Netflix series, but yeah, seriously. But anyway, kill off this guy and you get the key. Seriously. Anyway, that being said, let's see, there's a bunch of boxes in here. I don't think there's anything near them. You may well be hearing some rats in here, I don't know. But yeah, that guy will constantly interrupt you, which is why I equipped the shotgun. It is the easiest way other than the grenade launcher to do so. And there's only a small amount of grenades in the game if you're not using cheats, which I do a bit later. Granted, I did try and go through the game without using cheats, because apparently, rather erroneously, it disables the, not erroneously, as it sounds like a good idea actually, it disables the, supposedly disables the achievements on the PlayStation version, which, once I entered the cheats, I still got the trophies on my PS5, so I don't know where that came from. Maybe that was just a rumor. But anyway, that being said, we have now got the key that will allow us to get into the Opera House, I guess. And I say I guess because it's not the proper Opera House yet. There's quite a bit to go before we get there. Oh yes, because like a lot of this neighborhood of Venice, it seems, or in Venice even, should I say, a lot of it looks really abandoned, to say such a beautiful city in Italy. Could have been abandoned by, or at least in this case, an organisation that would rival the bloody mafia. But there you go. Anyway, that being... Well, maybe the Mafia crossed with the occult or something. Anyway, that being said, run over there, and again, shimmy to the right to avoid the annoying swinging crate. Interestingly, if you look closely, the crate does have the Fiamanera symbol. Something we will see quite a bit throughout this game. Seriously. But there we go. There is the thing. We have to reach it in the same way. Shimmy to the left, and indeed, we will see here that there is another way of getting in. And that is to actually grab the ledge to the and move and shimmy to the left there until you're directly above a breakable piece of glass, so to speak. So yeah, that's how you do it. And then pull up, and then I'm going to use my pistols here. You can use any gun, but I'll use the pistols. And then walk through the broken glass, of course, where you will see quite a bit of thing. Again, the broken glass has the same things as the spikes, so don't jump on it and don't run through it, basically. So yeah. And then go up here, up to the very top, where at the very end of this area we will see a keyhole. And if you didn't get the key, you won't be allowed in, basically. Meaning that backtracking is necessary. Well, I'm walking here, but whatever. I only have like 5 flares here, seriously. That ain't great, man. But never mind, we'll approach the thing and unlock the door using the ornate key here. And indeed, in this area, we will find some guys with guns, basically, yeah. That's all I can say. Head up the stairs then, and indeed up the ladder here. And indeed, this bit is where it really gets tough. Because these wooden planks that Lara has to go over, well, it's not great. Let's put it that way. It's kind of a speed run. So basically, Lara has to jump over each of them and not fall to her death, which she did there. You can grab them, actually, and she won't fall off there. We're saying, running across the things, that was like some rather scary music that plays here. Weirdly enough, it is one of those tracks that is actually from Tomb Raider 1. Seriously. It's actually the secret theme slowed down, adding a bit of reverb to it, which, honestly, yeah, really works for this. You wouldn't think the secret chime would work to create suspense, but it does. Especially since you often do hear the secret chime whenever you hear it. You find a secret, and it's often relieving to hear it. Not so when it's slowed down. Anyway, going through here, we will find that there's some more thugs on the other end. So I'm going to use the flares here. So around the corner here is where one of them is with a gun. Yeah, I'll use the automatics. Not that I don't have much ammo for them yet. There you go. Who else is there? But I'm going to try and get to the top of this area. Because if I do, I'll be able to snipe at the other guys running around. Granted, not this guy with the giant club there, but whatever. Looks like we're on the roof of the Opera House, which is good. He's carrying a large medipack, much needed, in fact. And likewise with the Egyptian levels in Unfinished Business, you can actually see the moon here. Seriously, that was not a thing in Tomb Raider 2 even though that did introduce a bit of sky. Seriously. Let's use a medipack here then. And he's running around like crazy. Oi, you're making me waste my ammo. That's an absolute no-no in a Tomb Raider game, man. I guess also Resident Evil, but I'm not gonna go there. We're gonna switch to the shotgun, I think? Or the grenade launcher? I don't know. There's that guy with the guns annoying me. There he is. He's a bit too far away though, and I only have a few shots left, but whatever. I don't have to do all this again with the platforms, but whatever. Seems like I have to. Eventually, you'll get to that guy, but yeah. What's even scary is that those wooden planks don't even make any noises. Seriously. A lot of the sound effects in Tomb Raider 2 were lifted from Tomb Raider 1. Not just Lara's grunts, but also, yeah, I'm gonna say the, true, the ones they selected do. I wouldn't have realised it was a different voice actress, given that I started with Tomb Raider 2, not Tomb Raider 1, seriously. But, yeah. Apparently, no, two different voice actors. The grunt sounded fairly similar. Anyway, let's go over to this guy with the thing there. He goes past there, and there's the dogs. Again, getting rid of the dogs should be easy with the automatics. This guy has a large medipack. And then another dog running around there. And there should be the other guy with the gun, right? Because he was shooting me like crazy earlier. So I'll save here, and let's see if he does come. If not, I'll just try and get him from the other side, because you can hear these guys a mile off. You'll also notice in the distance a swinging crate again. That will become important at the beginning of the next episode. Because these guys are annoying, of course, I've already said that. I believe they're both down. So indeed, let's slide down and get the things. This guy has shotgun shells, much appreciated. The other guy has a small medipack. Okay, then I'll save, and on the next one we'll go inside the Opera House proper, so I'll see you then. Goodbye.